Hello, today I want to talk to you about getting on and off the floor. Now some of you might be thinking, why is she talking about that? And if we do it, if we're young and we don't have to think about it, you can't comprehend how difficult it can be for some people. There are many reasons it could be difficult. It may be due to bad mobility in a joint like hip joint, knee joint or ankle joint. Maybe it's just strength through the whole leg area. When you ask some people how do they get off the floor, they'll describe to you how they get on their knees and then they use their arms, find a chair and pull themselves up on the chair. But if you fall and you don't have access to a chair or something to pull yourself up on, or you can't use your arms for any reason, you need to have a bit of confidence that you can get up off the floor using your legs. So I'm going to show you some exercises that will help you build up that strength and maybe gain a bit of that mobility. So the first test we're going to do is to see how well we can sit on a chair and just assess what's happening in our bodies while we try and do this. We're going to try and do it without using our arms at all. So I want you to choose a really sturdy chair. I want you, maybe your sofa where you sit at home, where you feel safe. No chair that is likely to move. I'm going to use this box, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me because it's much lower. So we're going to just stand with our feet comfortably apart. You're going to start by thinking about bending your ankle joints, knee joints and hip joints. Just feel if any of them have any creaking, pain, discomfort. You're sending your bottom back towards your surface that you're going to sit on, slowly balancing and controlling the movement until you sit down. And then I want you to test coming back up again without using your arms, if you can. So I'm going to just tip my weight forward so I can get the load over my feet. I'm going to take a breath. As I exhale, I'm going to push through my feet to lift myself up. And again, my thoughts are, did anything hurt? Did anything feel stiff or uncomfortable? Did I feel strong enough? So let's have a wee look now at some strength exercises. The first strength exercise that you can do is keep practicing getting in and out of the chair. When you can do that easily, maybe look for a lower chair or a seat like I use today, a lower box that makes you work a little bit deeper in range. And then when you're ready, we're going to look at lunges to help you get the strength. And I'm going to show you those now. So if you haven't done lunges for a while, the first thing I want you to think about is your safety. Don't go too far, just experiment in a safe range. I've got this cushion on the floor just to show you that if for any reason I do lose a bit of control with strength, my knee's not going to hit down on the floor, it's going to land on the cushion protecting my knee. So I'm going to put a leg either side of my cushion. I'm going to have it so that my back knee is going to, as I bend it, line up with my cushion. So I've got a nice wide stance. I'm standing nice and tall, and all I'm going to think about is bending my back knee and allowing it to go down towards the floor. While this is happening, I'm allowing my front knee to also bend. If I feel that I touch the cushion, I'm going to push through my front leg to lift myself back up. You don't have to go as far as the cushion, just as far as feels comfortable. So for some people, the challenge isn't the strength of getting up off the floor. They can get up off the floor once they're in position. But if their legs are in front of them, they may find it difficult to get into the right position, into a lunge type position to get up off the floor. And this can be often caused through tight hips. So if you're on the floor with your legs in front of you, it can be really difficult for some people to get their legs to the side and then come through to get onto their knees. So we need to try and encourage internal hip rotation. So a really good exercise that I use to try and help my hip mobility is to have my feet wider than hip width apart. I take my arms behind me and my feet are on the floor in front of me in a wide position. And then I'm just going to rotate one leg, knee towards the floor, while keeping my hip still. And then I'm going to do the same with the other leg. And I'm just going to do a few on each side, each day, to try and help my hip mobility. So already I can feel my hips getting just that little bit more range each time I do it. See if you can get that little bit more each day so that eventually you can come into that mermaid position. Once you can get into that mermaid position, then it's about putting your body weight forward to come onto your knees. So you can then take a leg forward. We're in our lunge position. We tuck the back toe under and come to standing. Making a change isn't always fast, but you need to start somewhere. So I would just recommend just testing a little bit each day. It can be just a few minutes, maybe practicing your internal rotation of your hips, maybe just improving your strength. But if you have pain, please see someone. You never want to find yourself in a position where you're stuck on the floor, unable to get up. So take care, keep strong and keep mobile.